Good day, Agent. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to create an original writing beast. Those staples of sci-fi and fantasy. No particular intellectual property. Just have fun. Be creative. This message will self-destruct.
Writing beast, writing beast, writing beasts. So, I challenged another YouTuber to build a writing beast. So this is from the Star Wars miniature game that came out, not the Star Wars Legion, but before that. This one is Star Wars Legion, though. I just had to have him. I thought he was pretty cool. That, and I wanted to have a size comparison, so that if I built a proxy, I would know kind of like how big a thing I can make. And then, of course, the Tauntaun. Now, with that challenge, the challenge ends up being to make your own thing, which is alright, which is great, because I like a challenge, but like, I had thought about cheating and showing you how to do a bantha like this. This is my creation. But no, my wife, she's being my conscience and said don't do that. Which also means I can't build a bigger version of this thing, which is kind of my take on the Luga Beast from Force Awakens, kind of a bigger creature than the one we saw there. So nope, none of that. Let's clear all that.
Games accepted. Challenge accepted.
I chose these two guys because the body structure is very similar. And because of what I'm going to do, we're going to take it out to the shop and trim these into pieces. Alright, so I liked that piece of the body for those four legs. Needed two more. As much as I love these two heads, I think I'll save them for later. So, this part two, not terribly useful just now. Does stand really well. Maybe I have an idea for that later. So what I want to do is figure out how to put those legs on here somehow to make it a longer beast, which is going to be trimming and trimming and trimming and trimming. So we'll get some snips out and just start with that. I think that's close enough for right now that we need to put it on a stand. This isn't permanent. I just want to have something to help get it all like lined up.
Dun 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 dun. Ta-da!
So while developing this thing, it kind of came along with a backstory. So it was a salamander, a hammerhead salamander the size of a hippo. This thing moves pretty decent on land, 15-20 miles an hour. And then in the water, it is 25 miles an hour. That thing can move in the water. It hangs out in kind of river deltas, just kind of on the edge of where swamps and such things are. So here I'm using a trick where I use that Insta-Set and some baking soda to make a paste that I can sculpt a little bit with. So did a little bit of research, and this thing is a Grummelig, and it is a beast of burden. On land it can haul a great number of things. It doesn't haul things so good in the water, but man can it go. And if you are a hunter and you've trained with one of these things, it's a fantastic beast to hunt with. This is omnivorous, predominantly feeding on roots and weeds in the water, but it is opportunistic when meat is available. So here I'm just using silly putty to mask this off here with some interesting shapes. It's an old school kind of trick to get camouflage on stuff that I've seen done on old military models. That is a cool looking critter. Looks like I pulled some paint off on the bottom there. I can touch that up too. And then I did want to leave those eyes because I wanted to paint those and make them pop. And if the whole thing was black, that wouldn't show. So I've got some Rex lace here. And then I just want to point out, come on, focus. Anyway, this stuff is reasonably inexpensive. And it's got two parts. Like one side is very flat, and the other side has kind of got a little bevel on it, a little round edge to it. However, black isn't the color I wanted. So what we did is painted some. Pretty snazzy. And this is probably more than I need for the project, but I figured, why need to make more? So I'm not going to worry about making it too pretty up close to the spine, because a lot of that's going to get hidden with other stuff. So let's just... Alright, so I think I need a thicker belt here, more girthy. So I'm going to take a bit of cardboard stock, I'm going to roll it up, get it nice and flexible, and tack it in, also not quite all the way up to the top because I don't need it, and just going to glue that on there too. This is way more of these than I'm going to need for just this project. I'm just kind of some little jewelry jump rings. This is an earring I found at a thrift store. Always pick these up for exactly this, to build cool things with. It looks great in miniature. And then I had a friend suggest with the saddle stuff that maybe I should do some like Dinotopia inspired stuff, and I remembered seeing these kind of Asian rug bookmarks. Now I could not get one in time for this build, so I just went online and found some images I wanted printed out. This is a regular color print job here, and to help reinforce this for the rest of this process, I did spray it once with a Clear Artist matte spray. That just helps reinforce it a little bit so it doesn't rub off, because this process can be kind of rough on paper. I didn't want to lose this cool image. So the Grummelig here has a ocean variant, a cousin if you will, that is a little bit sleeker, a little bit longer, and has just the hint of a fin on that tail. Here we got some craft foam. That extra bit of fin on the tail allows it to move a little bit faster in the more open waters. Those versions are not tamed as often. So we're just going to score the foam here. We're not really going very deep. And then I take it out to the shop and hit it with a heat gun to open those up so they're more visible. Psst, have you subscribed yet? If you'd like to see me do more fantasy beasts of burden like the Luga Beast or that Bantha, go ahead and comment below. Let's get going on the saddle. So we're just going to do a little bit of pre-shaping. Just kind of start training that material. And then just put in a little bit of hot glue, and then this foam can be shaped a little bit with heat. So if you're using a low temp hot glue gun and you have a little bit of tolerance, you can get a nice little shape and bevel on some foam pieces here. So right here I'm holding that in shape and then putting the glue on it so it holds that shape. A little bit of ball chain to dress that up a little bit more. And then we have to have a way to steer this big boy. So when domesticated, these animals are very playful, kind of like a big cow, slapping around the water at their owners. And they're raised in captivity and bred just like any other domestic animal. However, the ones in the wild are pretty aggressive and territorial. We're gonna start working on that rider here. Just start knocking out the parts here. I really want that hat, so let's cut his head off. Now, I'm not going to show every bit of this part of the build because it's about the creature, not the rider here. If you want to see more custom miniature characters like this little frog wizard, comment below. In fact, if you say frog wizard, I don't know what you mean. I'd be glad to do more videos on doing character customizations. Oh, and painted. There he is. Alright, with the rider also being amphibious, this guy is good to kind of go in the water if need be. Now, I do want to show that yes, this is similar to an avatar hammerhead. It also has 6 legs, and I suppose that might have been some of my inspiration. Let's check out what Jason over at Cheap and Easy Wargaming did. So he put a kind of skimmer boat on an alligator here, a giant old alligator, taunting a thing forward with a limb of some guy. That's a lot of fun. Kind of like a water worlds kind of Mad Maxy thing. Hey folks, there will be a link both to the other channel that I challenged here and to his video. If you like this kind of thing, you want to see us go head to head in something else, maybe suggest something down below. If you're not following his channel, do that too. If you're not following my channel, subscribe here. Have a great day, folks.